Always remember, your focus determines your reality. Stay close to me, and you'll be safe.
How you guys all doing today? Hopefully you guys are doing pretty dang well out there. Today's video, I want to go over some more little sneaky 3v3 teams for your defenses. Not so much offenses today, we'll probably have that for a different video. Today's video, I want to kind of just center it towards some defenses. And a lot of these teams, majority of these teams, you don't have too many to go into, but some really sneaky ones that I would toss in your defenses that can really stop some very common counters. Or, just pull a lot of crazy banners as well. So we got a few of them. The first one I want to go after is just the Rey team. I want to kind of, in the first part of this video, go about my thoughts on the Rey team on defense. And it is probably the best team for defense right now in 3v3. Of course, you have the Kylo team, but SLKR is a lot better on offense because most times you want to kill a Rey if you have to fight a Rey, and the best team to use is your Kylo, right? So that's like one use I would say for him. And then, of course, on defense, you already have a lot of counters to him already. We've seen a JKR, JKL versus a Kylo, Supreme Leader Kylo that is, and also we've seen the Gas 5s and Chewbacca Cheese killing that as well. And I'm pretty sure there's a video out there that's being able to 3v5 that same team, the little Gas Chewie 5s team being able to cheese and beating a full 5-man Kylo in arenas, and that's a pretty cool team to see. And that's my thoughts on the GL Rey. I think it's a stupid, crazy strong defense. And you can see right here that that we don't even use the fins or the Poe or the Finn, and we don't even use the Han and Chewie. The reasoning behind me using these two characters, Holo and Rey, it can honestly be really whoever other person you want that's light side. In my opinion, I feel like these are the other two best ones to use because Rey, the stick Rey, can do some big damage with Relic 7 and Holdo's a tank, right? She gets some taunts going. But the reasoning behind just tossing in Rey with whoever else you kind of want to, I guess you could say, is because SLKR, if you are using a Kylo, or if you are using a Rey and you are having a GL, you're probably going to fight a GL, right? And that other person might have a Kylo. So if you see somebody with a Kylo and you know for a fact that they always save it to kill somebody on offense, most likely going to be your Rey, don't set the best people there because a Kylo can still beat any variation of Rey out there. It can beat the Han and Chewie, it can beat the Finn and the Poe, and it can beat these other not as good teams out there. So Kylos can still beat all of the Reys out there, and for this reason I would say to split up your resistance, and a lot of these teams are splitting up your resistance to make your defenses even that much more stronger. So you can see here we got the Rey with ultimate with the stick Rey and Holdo. That's our first one, and since we're doing that because Kylos can beat really any variation of a Rey, we're going to be using the OG Finn with the bros, and this team right here is extremely strong. Extremely strong because with this leadership right here, you have more defense, more offense, and more potency for all the resistance allies. And you know how crazy that is to have on your bros, your hero bros? It's incredibly crazy. So I don't have the best mods right now because I'm remodding for TW and stuff like that in GAC, but these guys, if you have them modded for your arena mods, like 300 plus speed, some okay damage, crit chance and crit damage, all that sort of stuff built in for them, and they're like a 300 speed, pretty high, I guess you could say 300 to 290 or something like that, and they go first. They do the TM swaps, they do the crazy AoEs, and you're just kind of like, what the heck just happened? You're just dead. And this can stop gases. I've seen it stop gases before. I've seen it really hold very well versus a lot of other strong kind of teams out there. This pulls a very strong team on defense, rather on their offenses. To counter this team, you have to use something very strong. And for that reason, I think it's going to be a great investment for your defenses because, like we just said over with the Reys, you don't have to use the bros with Rey. You don't have to use the Han and Chewie with Rey. You can just split them up and then save this OG Finn and the bros for a different team on defense, and it's extremely strong. It is one of the best non-GL defensive teams in 3v3, I would say right now. Maybe it might be the best, honestly. It might be the best. And then we got this other kind of, it's like the lesser version of that team that we just talked about, the OG Finn and the other bros. We got the OG Poe and the Vets, and it's kind of this almost a similar idea here. You do get some more offense and a little bit of potency with the leadership, so it's kind of like a lesser version of it. And keep in mind, for the OG Finn one we just went over, you don't have to have the Zeta there. It's not required at all. You want to just have that offense built in with the leadership, and that's all you need. So kind of same reasoning here with this, but the cool thing about the vets, I have double Zetas. I get a lot more stacking offense, and a lot more offense that's going to continue and stick around over the course of the battle. So keeping in mind here that with this resistance, nope, not this one, where is it? Resistance rapport. I think down here at the bottom, whenever the leadership is dead, that's a resistance leader, or if the other vet Han dies, and it's kind of like the vice versa there for either of the vets. If either a vet dies or a resistance leader dies, they get a 100% turn meter, and they can deal some massive damage stacking if a vet Han or whatever vet gets hit and the resistance leader. You know, there's crazy amounts of damage here, and it's a very strong team. Yeah, they're not as fast here as the bros are, but if you don't have somebody who is fast enough to kind of handle all these guys and control them, you're going to get some big damage. And with the AoE from Vet Han, you can lose out some crazy banners. And if you also have a very fast Poe Dameron here, I'm not sure if mine's too fast here. Let's see his speeds. He is, 277. So he's not the fastest, but let's say you have like a 300 plus Poe here. He gets off his taunt first. If you did not know this, it's kind of an OG kit here. He can reduce TM. So if you can reduce TM, that's pretty huge because now you just bought your vets a lot more time to get the AoEs off. And that's pretty awesome. It's pretty huge. So you got that team here. I think this is another strong team. This is another top tier team for defense. And it's kind of funny. This is kind of like all the resistance built into one for defenses in GAC. I know not everybody will have Array, but if you do have Array, this is some really top tier defenses. So those are a few of them. I think the bros and the vets are some of the strongest defenses in the game right now for threes because of just how much synergy they have with just being in 3v3. And it kind of changes a lot from being 5v5. In 3v3, you get a lot more turns and a lot more stuff stacking while you are in threes, and that's pretty cool to see. So the other ones, these are kind of all my other standard teams. I want to go after the OG one. These aren't as sneaky teams, but I think this one in particular can be sneaky depending on where you use them. So this is the OG Darth Revan, BSF, and Darth Malak team, and this is extremely strong of a defensive team right now in the game. So we just talked about the OG Finn and the Bros being one of the top tier non-GL teams. This other team, this Darth Revan, Malak, and BSF, is right up there with those vets and also the Bros. The reason behind this is the Darth Revan, just being Darth Revan, how fast he is with his AoE fear on his special is so strong still. You don't even need to have me that fast, honestly. Mine's only at 315. That might be like only 315. I mean, that's an okay average speed for Darth Revans, I would say. And I only have like a purple mod there and some other 6Es. But and then you got the BSF, and she isn't even that crazy fast either. Well, is she that fast? Okay, she's a little bit fast. I'm not going to deny that. She's a little bit fast. She's a little bit fast, but you don't have to have her that fast. But then you got Malak here, and just having the whole trio here with the fears, AoE fear from Darth Revan, the little couple fears that you can give with your Basil Shan, and then you got the Malak with its crazy annoying taunt. This whole plays a huge part in stopping a lot of other teams. Keeping in mind here, though, that you have to have BSF here or else you will get on a big, huge counter and leaving yourself open to a bounty hunter counter, killing your Darth Revan. You have to have BSF there for the AoE shocks and her fears that she can apply. And without BSF, the bounty hunters will destroy this team. I've had it happen before. I've used it myself before. It is not good. So you want to make sure that you can stop those counters, and tossing in BSF for sure. It's a great team still. And personally, I've seen a lot of other people use the EP with BSF and Malak and not using Darth Revan leadership, but now with Vader in the game, you can probably use EP and Vader in 2v3ing a lot more stuff now. So I would really say that Darth Revan's probably the better leadership for the most part, and not splitting up your EP and Darth Revan, I think that's not a good idea for the most part because this is still a very strong team on defense, and it's been a very strong team ever since Malak and this whole gang has been in the game for a very long time. It's been holding itself over the course of 3v3 for a long time right now. So you got that. And just some other teams here I would kind of toss in here is, of course, the OG one with Old Ben. So I'm going to talk about not just this variation because there's I think 3 or 4 different variations with this team. But I want to bring it up one more time because this is a very strong team yet again. And this might be the last one I want to go over in today's video because it's such a strong team. Old Ben, Night Sister Spirit, and then the third can be really 3 other people, I would say, for the most part. It could be Droideka, it could be Night Sister Zombie, and also it could be Wat Tambor. So out of those 3 last people there, with Droideka, Night Sister Zombie, and also Wat Tambor, I would say either use Zombie or Droideka, because although Watt is very, very strong still, I think you would really want to use Watt for another team, especially if you are having to fight Rays on your 3v3, your rounds, because if you have a Kylo, you want to save your Kylo, or I guess your other Ray, because Ray can also mirror match another Ray in 3v3. You want to save your Watt for that counter to a GL, especially a GL Ray, so you get that weapon tech to everybody else, or to whoever you want to, but more in specific, the health tech to your GL, so they can still survive a little bit longer, and that's how you want to do that. But for this team in particular, I would say Droideka or Night Sister Zombie. I like Droideka the most here because he has built-in evasion with his unique here on his the deflector shield generator. He has a little bit more evasion here, you can see at the bottom, and more speed if he does not have damage immunity. He won't have damage immunity until he goes first, so it actually is kind of beneficial here to have a slower Droideka, because if he does evade, well, guess what? He's going to get even more turn meter with Old Ben leadership, which is awesome. So yeah, you have the 25% there plus a 15. It's a good chunk of evasion. You're probably going to evade a lot more than you might think. And then, of course, with the Spirit here, you get more foresights, and you just dodge because Foresight's Foresight. You dodge with Foresight. And then Old Ben with the Mind Tricks, and he has his little, when he dies, his death sacrifice, give out more buffs and all that sort of stuff. So it's a great, great team here. You can use Droideka, or you can use Night Sister Zombie here with the constant taunt and the revives, which is pretty good actually. And you never know, you might get some lucky dodges with the evasion from the Old Ben leadership. So with that all being said, there's a lot of good sneaky teams here. I want to go after some of these ones that are non-GL. I know we went over one that is a GL with Rey, but I wanted to bring up the Rey one in case people do have a Rey and they want to diversify and vary in different various ways with their GL and their resistance in particular, because I think that this is probably the best way to spread around your resistance and your Rays and all that sort of stuff that you have built over the course of time with your GLs, because you want to make sure that you get the most use out of them as you possibly can. So yeah, we got the Rays, we got the Bros, we got the Vets, we got the Darth Revan team, the OG team, and then we got the Old Ben and Spirit with the 30 you want to use of your choice. So I know there's probably a lot more out there, but I want to just put these ones out in the public because these are the strongest ones in my opinion for defenses right now in the game that are non-GLs. Very, very strong teams. So with that all being said, guys, if you enjoyed today's video, give it a like, share it around, and sub to the channel if you guys are new here. If you guys want me to do any more of these kind of videos, you guys gotta let me know down below which videos you would like me to do, considering 3v3 and I guess other parts of the game as well. But that's gonna do it for me today, guys. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I will see you all later. Peace out and have a good one.